Well, on the topic of young people.
Oh, my man. We
kids.
really got to get out of this hole we've dug her. David, now we're both in the tiger pit.
I saw one of A24's newest films called... the greatest title ever to be bestowed upon a movie. The Hole in the Ground.
The Hole in the Ground. That's a song.
The Hole... Is it?
Yeah.
It's also a movie about a boy who discovers a hole in the ground.
Wow.
But it's really about a boy who... So a mother and her son moved to a new city in like the woods. I don't know if they ever say what city. Small city. And one day they have a fight and the boy takes off running into the woods. The mom chases after. Can't find him for a little bit. And she discovers this big hole in the ground. And then he reappears and weird stuff ensues. Then she starts having these feelings like, this is not my son. It kind of feels like a combination of Goodnight Mommy and The Babadook. Okay. Mainly in like themes of the movie. Single parenting and stuff like that. I loved this movie. I thought this would be my number one of the year so far.
And also
until
Holes?
like... No,
Does
Holes
it
not really
remind
a
you
big
of
deal.
Holes?
No. More.
They
more
call him
descent,
Zero
actually.
because he doesn't say nothing. When a
descent.
cowboy...
Jesus, what is happening? But the last like 15 minutes of this movie, like the climax of this movie, was not that enjoyable, and it was kind of brutal. Not
Wow.
brutal in like a brutal way, but like brutal as in what's happening to this movie that I really enjoyed.
Ooh.
I would still say it's worth a watch. I still think it's a good movie. Some pretty good acting. Just that ending kind of sucks.
I can dig it.
Kind of sucks. You can dig it?
So it had a good build up, but then the payoff was completely shattered.
Well, yeah, I just think for the budget that this movie was probably working with, what they eventually decided to have be their ending, they could not afford to put that on screen, and with what they ended up putting on screen, just did not work. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. I get what you're saying. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
I saw another
don't
film recently.
Oh, you saw
this film was
another
recommended by our good close friend Steve.
Fuck. Sorry. I just realized
I mention his name, David, and you lose it.
Oh, son of a bitch. I just realized what movie I wanted to put on my first impressions, and The Hole in the Ground was the movie that I put on like as my final one.
So you're going to replace that one.
And now I don't know which one to talk about because I have one spot left, but I really wanted to talk about it.
Hey, side note for Steve. Hi, Steve. We
Steve.
tied during the Oscars based on the conditions that were set upon us. Just so you guys all know, all you listeners. So we're gonna do a special episode for the Oscars.
I think there's a different way we could phrase this. I one by one, but because I made a last second change, Ethan installed a rule that forced a tie.
Right. Otherwise, we would have still tied anyway.
So, but I still made the change on my own volition, and I still would.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like Ethan was like, "This is the film that probably will win. I'm fairly certain this one's gonna win, but I'm gonna go with this one because I've actually seen it and I really liked it." And then David was like, "Oh, this one's gonna win. Let me swoop in there and eat it."
Interesting. It's an interesting thing to know the movie that's gonna win, but not pick that one. And then when the other person
maybe I
picks
like
it
an
and
underdog
is right.
story, you know.
Oh, should we talk
That's why I
about
thought Glenn
Close
Close
and
was
Olivia
good.
Coleman? The real underdog story goes to Olivia Coleman, which is David's bracket, which is the real winner. But there's rules.
Anyway, we're going to do a special episode with some very fun involvement from our friend Steve. It'll be great. Look forward to it. That should come out next month. Tentatively.
Is that the plan? Okay.
Oh, if you click the box on the left, you got a weekly mini-soda you're gonna watch. Otherwise...
Is a goblin in here? I was just trying to do the outro for the episode so they
No,
can know
we
to
got a
click these
goblin in
boxes.
here. Also, the box on the right, you got monthly snippets from our monthly show.
And they could click the middle button to subscribe, but I don't know if they want to because apparently there's a goblin.
Ah!